Did you know that Alfredo Di Stéfano almost signed for Barcelona instead of Real Madrid? Imagine how different the history of football would look if he had worn the famous Blaugrana shirt. Barcelona might have dominated Europe. Real Madrid might never have built their dynasty, and the balance of power in world football could have shifted forever. But history took a their future as the greatest club in football. This is the story of Alfredo Di Stéfano, the player who not only defined an era, but reshaped the very identity of Real Madrid. If you enjoy deep dive football stories like this, where we explore the turning points, legends, and what ifs that shaped the game, make sure to subscribe to Thinking About Football, hit the bell so you never miss a drop, and tell us in the comments, what do you think would have happened if Di Stéfano had joined Barcelona? Early life and rise in Argentina. Alfredo Di Stéfano was born on July 4th, 1926 in Buenos Aires, into a family where football ran in the blood. His father, once a defender for River Plate, introduced him to the game at an early age. Raised in a working-class neighborhood, Di Stéfano honed his skills playing barefoot in the streets with makeshift balls, forming the creativity and grit that would define his game. At 18, a trial with River Plate, arranged by his father, turned into a breakthrough. He impressed so much that River signed him on the spot. After a brief debut, he was loaned to Huracan the following season, where he immediately made history by scoring one of the fastest goals ever in Argentina's top division, just 10 seconds into a match against River Plate. Returning to River as a center forward, he exploded. In his first full season, he netted 28 goals in 32 matches, won the league, and finished as the top scorer, all by the age of 21. That same year, he was called up to Argentina's national team for the 1947 Copa America. Among veterans, he was the youngest and still one of the best. He scored 6 goals in 7 games, including a hat trick against Colombia, helping Argentina lift the trophy. His rise was unstoppable. At the end of this video, I'll share a surprising fact about Di Stéfano that even most football fans don't know. So stay with me. The Colombian Adventure. In 1949, Di Stéfano made a move that shocked many. He joined Millonarios in Colombia during the El Dorado era, a wild time when Colombian clubs operated outside FIFA's control and offered big money to lure top talent. In Bogotá, he became a superstar. Over 4 seasons, he scored 100 goals and from playing for Argentina again, and his appearances in Colombia weren't officially recognized. Still, those years shaped him. He became stronger, smarter, and more versatile, mentally and technically. The transfer war. By 1952, Di Stéfano was a global sensation. Both Barcelona and Real Madrid wanted him, and both thought they had sealed the deal. The legal and political drama got so messy that FIFA stepped in with a bizarre proposal. Di Stéfano would alternate seasons between the two clubs. Barcelona, caught in boardroom dysfunction, decided to walk away from the arrangement. That left the door open for Real Madrid, who offered Di Stéfano a record-breaking contract, worth almost 40% of the club's annual revenue. At the time, it seemed like a financial risk. Today, it's considered one of the smartest signings in football history. Revolution at Real Madrid. When Di Stéfano arrived in Madrid in 1953, the club was stuck in a drought. They hadn't won the league in 20 years. That changed almost overnight. In his first season, he scored 27 goals in 28 games and led them to the league title. But his influence went far beyond goals. He played like a one-man orchestra, dropping deep, defending, creating chances, and leading the attack. Spanish media called him La Saeta Rubia, the blonde arrow, for his relentless energy and pace. With him, Madrid became a machine. The European Cup dynasty. In 1955, UEFA launched the European Cup. Real Madrid qualified, and in the very first final, they fell 2-0 behind to Stade de Reims. But Di Stéfano sparked a comeback, scoring in a 4-3 win. That night began one of football's most legendary dynasties. From 1956 to 1960, Real Madrid won 5 consecutive European Cups, a record that still stands. Di Stéfano scored in every final. He didn't do it alone. Paco Gento, Raymond Kopa, and later Ferenc Puskas were part of the squad. But Di Stéfano was the engine. He captained the team, set the tempo, and became the face of Real Madrid's rise to dominance. By the time he left the club, he had scored 308 goals in 396 games, won 8 La Liga titles, and 2 Ballon d'Or awards in 1957 and 1959. International career and later years. Strangely, Di Stéfano never played in a World Cup. Political issues, shifting nationalities, and injuries kept him from the tournament. He represented 3 countries, Argentina, Colombia, and Spain, but never got to show his brilliance on football's biggest stage. After 11 seasons with Madrid, he wrapped up his playing days with a stint at Espanyol, finally retiring in 1966. Legacy. Alfredo Di Stéfano wasn't just a prolific scorer, he redefined the idea of a complete footballer. He could tackle like a defender, dictate like a midfielder, and finish like a striker. He was decades ahead of his time. He ended his career with 487 goals in 669 matches, but his true legacy was his ability to dominate every phase of the game. Real Madrid honored him as their greatest ever player during the club's centenary in 2002. And FIFA, they awarded him the Super Ballon d'Or. In 1989, a prize that's been given only once in football history. Thanks for watching. Here at Thinking About Football, we explore the people, decisions, and sliding doors that shape the game we love. If this is the kind of football storytelling that keeps you thinking long after the final whistle, make sure to hit that subscribe button and stay tuned for more. We'll see you in the next one.